Hi everybody, and welcome to today's edition of Whatever It Takes with Prophet Malachi Nandu. This is an exclusive program that brings means and ways of us to just reach audience with the gospel, and we are trying and we are doing whatever it takes for us to reach the people with the gospel of Christ Jesus. Now, I am excited today. I'm joined by one of the most greatest creative artists I've ever known, and this is no other than Pilato. Pilato, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, managers. Thank you very much.
First of all, what are your real names?
My father named me Chama. My mother named me Fumba, and I named myself Pilato.
Pilato, is it some sort of like an acronym, or it is just a name that you gave yourself?
So Pilato is an acronym, and it speaks to the vision that I've always had as a creative.
Yeah.
It's an acronym standing for people in lyrical arena taking over.
My God.
So which simply means that for a number of years, we've had people that are creative, that just observe life, and they do not influence it in a way that positively affects society.
Wow. Was this something that you created from the onset?
So from the onset, that's been the story. That's been the Pilato. So one thing about me is like I take a lot of time talking to myself, and most of these things I've thought out before I even project them outside.
Yes.
So the name Pilato was a discussion that I had with myself for a long time. Even so, I'd done about 2 songs before I knew what my name was. I only came up with the Pilato name when I'd done a video. Then I'd done a video of myself. I did it alone, and I needed to put a name
to the video.
So then I didn't have a specific name. But then I had a concept, I had a philosophy, I had an idea that we creative people had the power to influence society positively.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is Pilato for you. That is an in-depth description of who Pilato stands for and who he is, really. Now, tell me, briefly, you talked about the alcohol. And you told me something like, man of God, I'm not really keen on having an invitation to go for a drinking spree because I don't know what people are celebrating.
Yeah.
Tell me a bit about
So for me, it's basic. It's very basic. So like when you ask anybody that takes alcohol, and I want nothing against people that take
nothing
alcohol.
Against them, yes.
If it works for you, better. So most of my friends that take alcohol will tell you that for them they're stressed, or they want to get rid of problems, or they are celebrating and all that. And then I ask myself, am I stressed? If they're celebrating, am I celebrating? If they are trying to avoid problems, am I
trying to avoid the problems?
Or can my problems be solved with a bottle of alcohol?
Wow.
So like for me, it's clear. There's no way I'm gonna sit down and celebrate with you if I did not conquer or victor, I don't know, win with you.
Conquer what you conquered?
Yeah.
I don't know what you are celebrating.
Yeah, so like for me to sit down and celebrate with you, we should have been together in the battle. We should be celebrating together.
Is this a case of where they say you should choose who you celebrate with? Like the people that suffer with you, you must be there when celebrating your victories.
And for me, it's not even that. It's basically it's just me wanting to face life consciously.
Consciously?
Yeah, so like if I have a problem, I have to face it, I have to deal with it. If I'm stressed, I have to face that reality and deal with it. If I'm gonna deny myself that time and opportunity to deal with my problem and then pacify myself with alcohol, tomorrow I'm gonna wake up and it's still gonna be there, but I will have wasted a lot of time and money that I should have spent dealing with my problem. And it's basic like that for me. I would rather fail now consciously so then I can go back and plan than be drunk and be in this illusion of victory. Then after a day or two, I come back and still have to face the same problem. If I'm stressed, I would rather seek attention, seek help now than pacify myself and then wake up tomorrow, still have the same problem.
My God.
The problem there is like we have 24 hours in a day.
Yes.
All of us have 24 hours in a day. So any minute of unconsciousness is betrayal to yourself.
Wow.
So like you can't like, so you have 24.
That is too deep.
Yeah, like you have 24 hours in a
deep.
day. I have 24 hours in a day. So if I spend 2 hours unconscious because I'm drunk.
Because you're drunk, yes.
Then there's you spending that 2-3 hours of planning, 2 hours of dealing with your problems.
My goodness.
2 hours of focusing issues.
Yes.
I will have lost a lot of time. And you may not have money like I do, or we may not. But the thing is, you've invested that time in yourself, in understanding and dealing with your problem.
Awesome. There is this persona that Pilato you have, which is you don't seem intimidated by anything. You know that sometimes I have known you and then you say certain things. You are not afraid to share your mind.
Yeah.
And what drives that boldness? Like what really pushes you to stand for the right thing, even if your very life is at stake?
Yeah, so there are two things. So there is duty and there is conviction.
Okay.
So when your job is to protect something,
yeah,
there are moments that you don't want to do that job. But if your conviction is to protect something,
yeah,
even when you do not feel the need to do that, you still have to do it because that's you. That's who you are. For me, there are moments that things are dry.
Yes.
And I've no, there are so many reasons why I should fail to defend that which I believe is good. There are moments that I feel intimidated myself. There are moments that I feel lonely. There are moments that I feel isolated. And those moments are those moments when I'm looking for justification from outside of my system. So when I'm looking for people that can help me, when I'm looking for people that can support me, when I'm looking for people that can cheer me on, I feel intimidated because they are not there.
Wow.
They're not enough, maybe sometimes. So for me, it's where in those moments when I look inside, when I look within, I find every reason that I need for me to defend the ideals that I believe are necessary and must be protected even when there is danger.
Do you at sometimes think like maybe you're sacrificing more for the public than you are doing for your own family?
So what I said when I'm looking outside.
Yes.
So those are things, that's a reality that intimidates me.
Yeah.
And it affects me greatly. But then you must remember that as much as I may have given or fathered my children,
yes,
I do not own them. I do not own their dreams. Like I'm just a steward, you know? I have a purpose for my own existence. I have something that I'm supposed to do whilst I'm here. And that's what I would love also to hear my kids say one time, to say, this is what I'm supposed to do and I'm gonna do it. I don't think there would be any good reason why I would abandon a cause that I strongly feel about. And so that I raise my kids.
Yes.
The funny thing about the future is that it would be very stupid of me to send my kids to school to prepare them for the future.
Yeah.
Without me preparing a big society or a country where my kids will live in the future.
Wow.
So, whilst I may do everything to protect them, protect them, prepare for them, it is also my responsibility to prepare the country or society or community where these kids will live in the future.
Goodness.
So So you send
My
kids.
goodness.
I can't protect them now. I can't
Yes.
be there now,
Mm.
and then forget to secure them
Wow.
in the future. So what I do, and this is what I tell them, is that I would rather be an old man and then see my kids come back from school, from work, or whatever, where they are respected as human beings,
Yes.
where their dreams are acceptable and can be realized even without bribing anyone,
My goodness.
even without having these connections.
Yeah.
It'll be very useless for me to protect my kids now and then let them loose in a world or in a society where being female is regarded as less humanity.
Less humanity. Yes.
I would rather do what I'm supposed to do now, so then they don't have to do what I should have done
My goodness.
when they were kids.
How best do you think we can really, or maybe how do you personally feel you can play a role in combating this tribalism in the nation?
Okay, so for me, I feel tribalism has to be personalized.
Personalized, yes.
So there's no tribalism outside of our minds. There's no tribalism outside of us.
Yeah.
Tribalism is individuals.
It's individual.
In us, people. So now, how do we approach this tribalism, which is so specific in an abstract manner?
Yeah.
We can't do that. So how do we deal with it? Let's be specific. Let's change ourselves. The best way to fight the devil is not to go out in the world and look for him. The best way to fight the devil is fight the devil in you.
Once that devil in you is defeated, the devil outside is
there's no beard. So if you fight the devil in you, I fight my devil in you.
Everybody fights the devil inside.
Then we walk in a society that doesn't have the devil,
The devil.
because each one of us will have dealt with our own devils. So tribalism for me starts from that perspective. So when I ask myself, how am I not being tribal? So for example, all of us have contributed to tribalism in Zambia.
Yeah.
And how we've done it is we don't even know it. So I name my kids, I give myself, my child a Bemba name or English name and all that. So making it easier for somebody from another tribe to identify my child, the tribe of my child, by the name I've given them.
Oh yeah.
So I call you William, and nobody will know your tribe.
Nobody will know my tribe.
But if I call you Chama, everybody will know you're Bemba.
That's true.
So making this. So you, as much as we may say we're not tribalists,
Yes.
we're making it easier
Yeah.
for those that are tribalists to judge you by your name. Personally, I name my kids from Tonga names, Lozi names.
Those names.
Yeah, so if somebody was to meet my kid and say, "What's your name?" My name is Joel. You're thinking, are you Tonga?
Are you Tonga? No. Is your mother Tonga?
No.
But why?
Because it's a name. Because when I tell you that I'm Ruben, you won't know what tribe I am. So so because the best way to fight this tribalism is to make this a personal issue.
Yes.
And challenge these ideas that makes it easier for tribalism to thrive. So, like I've just given an example of naming.
Let me simplify. Are you born again?
Yes. So I wanted to start from there. So I'm not religious.
Yeah.
And my Christianity is not a religion, and it's a relationship. And so my relationship with Christ and God is so real, such that like it's evident that you get to a point where you just want to scream thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like you just want to scream thank you. You just want to sit down and thank him. So from where I'm coming from, I'm coming from a background where my own power failed.
Wow.
My own intelligence failed. My own creativity failed. And at every stage of my life, there's been that supernatural intervention where it does not point you to an individual, but it points you to this superpower that is in control and designing our progress and life. Because if my relationship with Christ is missed, then how else will I hope for better tomorrow when in the past it is this presence, this power that helped me to get to where I am today.
That's very true. So can you imagine how many people that you've impacted with just the way you live your life, the way you respond to men of God? Well, this brings me to this. What drives your response when it comes to kingdom business? You are very there, but yet the people out there do not know you as a person who is a church person, somebody that is moved by church programs, somebody that would even sponsor a church event. What?
So it gets back to what I was saying. So because I'm preparing a society where I want to release my kids into, I would want to create a society that's structured like that.
Awesome.
So, and I starting with church and Christianity in general. So like where I am, I was mentored by a pastor, and the church, the Potter's House Christian Faith Church, had a very wonderful community of women and men and young men that worked as a family, you know. So like I was brought up by these wonderful men, you know, so men that saw that I needed shoes, they donated shoes. Men that thought that I needed clothes, brought in clothes. Women that felt I needed to be talked to, they walked and talked to me. They guided me, even because my parents had died a long time ago. So there were these people that in church that offered themselves to me in such a way that when I sit back now, I realize that growing up without parents meant that I had so many options without anybody holding me accountable to what I did or what I said, what I got myself involved into. But these men and women stood, even when they had other responsibilities, they stood and mentored me, they checked me, they held me accountable. So I believe the church as an institution is a very important body in a society, and it's a space where people like me, or people that could be in a space that I was in, should be running to, and to find guidance, to find counsel, to find refuge and all that. So the best way I can repay for such a moment, such an episode for me, is to support men of God and churches that exist, and I believe in what they believe in. Like my conviction is in line or is okay with what they stand. So it's my responsibility that such churches are not deleted from my society. So because there could be another young Pilato somewhere, who might be needing guidance, who might be needing shelter, who might be needing a father figure or mother figure.
This is just amazing. And maybe what would be your last words to the people that are watching you on Whatever It Takes with Prophet Malachi?
So not my last words, because I'm not dying. So
no, as in on this program. Definitely I'm gonna call you again.
Yes, nothing. So my closing
words,
would be that we're just human beings. Come on, guys. Humanity is a teamwork. Therefore, it is our responsibility that ideals of justice, ideals of inclusivity, ideals of love and respect and are protected and valued. Because at the end of the day, what falls on you may just fall on me.
Ladies and gentlemen, that has been my brother, that has been Pilato. Just like I mentioned, you can attest to the fact that we have a well of amazing wealth of wisdom and knowledge, as you could tell from the interview itself. I am so blessed and I'm so happy that you could join us today. This has been Whatever It Takes with Prophet Malachi Ngandu. And my closing remarks are these. The Bible says God promised Abraham, I will make your name great. Amongst the blessings that God promised to Abraham was to make the name great. Fame is not your enemy. Abraham was promised fame. There is no way your name can be great and you are in an entity. So listen, here is an artist, here is an activist who is well rooted in scripture. I don't know what it is about you. I am just a servant of God and I'm just appealing to you. Are watching this video. You want to have a deeper relationship with God. There are Twitter handles on this program. There are Facebook handles on this page. On this program. I want you to get in touch with me on Facebook. That is, search for Prophet Malachi Ngandu. Let's get talking. Jesus is real. And I want you to know we are doing whatever it takes to deliver the gospel to you. God bless you. Shalom, shalom.
With my mind inclined to my will, your broken heart will be mended for it. Whatever it takes, He reaches out to you. Whatever it takes, He reaches out to you.